Estrada. And then linebackers, second-level guys with Nielsen, Provenzal, Underwood, and Lewis. And I really like the back end with Xander Chisholm, Kizzy, Ricewig, and Fulton.
On 3rd and 11 officially, it was a loss of a yard. Let's see if Liberty comes after Rashada here with a blitz. They'll rush 4. Rashada throws off his back foot and connects there to Rasheed Williams for a first down. That's his 70th catch of the season. He's a Washington commit brought down by Tyler Lewis.
We talked about Rashada, footwork in the pocket, being able to extend the play. See a little twist up front from Liberty, rolls right, size downfield, and touch right over the outstretched arms of Jalen Hankins. Almost got a hand on it. So nice play by Rashada, extending the play and moving the chains.
Pickup of 22 yards and a first down on 3rd and 11. And here's our first look at the run game here for Pittsburgh. Elijah Bowe's the headliner, 1,129 yards. He's just a sophomore, 16 rushing touchdowns. Number 25 getting his first carry of the game.
Yeah, one of the super softs for the Pirates. And we talk about that balance with the run and pass for this offense.
Liberty showing pressure. They'll back off a little bit. Rashada got grabbed and then throws a little RPO. That's going to get picked off for a pick 6. It's Krayshawn Kizzy to the house. Oh, shizzle with the fizzle, baby.
Tough break for Rashada. Great effort to escape the pressure. He spins around, tries to use his vision, but just misses his target out in the flat. Liberty is in a zone defense, guys dropping into areas, and Kizzy just in the right spot.
12th interception thrown for the 4-star quarterback headed to Florida this season. The pick 6 by Kizzy. And Liberty, who bust down today, said it was easy, not a lot of traffic. They bust down last Saturday to Yorba Linda, which is on the northern part of Orange County. So back-to-back trips to Orange County. And they get points off of a turnover. And here's Metters to try and make it a 7-0 ball game. And it's through.
Again, Rashada does a good job climbing the pocket, getting away here, but you spin, and he feels he has Bowe out in the flat, but just misfires. Can't get his balance back after spinning out of the assumed tackle. And again, good job by this Patriots defense. Everyone dropping into zone. Kizzy right there out on the edge in the flat. Takes the gift. Kizzy to the hizzy.
3rd interception of the season for Krayshawn Kizzy. Playmaker.
Penalty was assessed on the kickoff.
Mike Andrews is our referee here for this Division 1A championship game. So the score stands, the PAT stands, and because of the illegal substitution, they'll move the football up here 5 yards to the 45-yard line for Liberty to kick off one more time here to Pittsburgh in the early going.
And that's where, as a quarterback, you have to have a very short memory. It's one you'd like to have back. You can't get it back, but you can make it up on the next drive. We talked about protecting the football. Yeah, it's just a playmaker trying to make a play. I've had plenty of plays like that where you try to do maybe a little too much after he spins out of a tackle. He knew where his guy was in the flat. Just a misfire, and Kizzy opportunistic with the pick 6.
I was going to ask you about that. Do you remember a pick 6, whether it was in your Santa Margarita days here in the CIF Southern section or Florida State, that's memorable? Anybody get you for a pick 6?
Oh, yeah, handful of them.
Okay.
But it reminds me of one on a screen pass. We had a middle screen. I had pressure in my face. I was retreating.
At Florida State or at
Florida State. Okay. Thought I had enough to get it there over the backer to the running back. And when you don't have quite your balance, you misfire, and that's just what happened with Rashada on that one.
Who are you playing?
We're playing Maryland.
Oh, Maryland. The Terrapins. Wow.
Yep.
All right, we're just 90 seconds into this one. Metters, and that's going to fly over the head of King, and it's going to be a touchback coming out to the 20-yard line.
That's what Coach Lanning likes to see at Oregon.
Yes.
Put it through the back of the end zone. Preferred walk-on.
We should see quite a bit of touchbacks in this game. I know for Pittsburgh, they auditioned kickers in the offseason trying to find a guy that just had a solid leg, not to kick PATs or field goals, just to get into the end zone, which is a huge weapon in high school football if you don't have to cover.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Special teams, such an important third factor in this ballgame.
First down from the 20. Rashada is going to take off after making his reads downfield, and he gets pulled down. That's Dylan Delgado, the junior. It's going to be a loss. It's going to bring up a second down at about 11.
As he slid up in the pocket, and you went right into number 50 in Delgado. You see Delgado on the left side of your screen, fighting off a block, a little spin move, comes right back in the middle, and is able to get the sack on Rashada.
Ryan Renz calls the defense for the Patriots. They pitched a second-half shutout last week against a very good Yorba Linda team. Outscored the Mustangs 27-0 in that second half. The blitz came, and they get to Rashada again. Hey, Dylan Delgado one more time, and Renz is dialing up some great pressure here in the early going.
You had Grant Buckey on that left side. He had a twist, started outside, came inside, and the offensive line for Pittsburgh just couldn't pick it up. See the twist, and that allows pressure, penetration to get to Rashada again. Got to credit this front so far for Liberty, mixing things up. You mentioned Ryan Renz, base 3-4 defense, multiple front, but they have movement. And so far that movement paying off up front as this Pittsburgh offensive line trying to figure things out from the Liberty D-line.
82, Raymond Winters was the first guy to get through there unblocked. Rashada thrown outside the numbers and connects on a 3rd and long. That's to Zach Card, and Card is up near the first down marker. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 1. Drew Underwood the stop. What do you do here?
Patriots defense again dropping, giving them the underneath. Gets it to Card in the flat and gets about 5 or 6 yards after the catch here. Great effort by Zach Card, the Oregon State commit.
Needed 17, they got 16, 4th and 1, and now they were rushing up to the line, but one of the officials whistled.
I think you fake it to Elijah Bowe inside and have Rashada keep it on the edge.
Nope. We've only seen Bowe have 1 carry so far. Again, he's an 1,100-yard rusher. Also caught 25 balls.
Press man coverage. Hard count. Almost gets Bucky on the edge. Now check with me.
A lot of guys up there in the box, and Pittsburgh's going to have to spend a timeout.
Well, they tried the hard count, didn't get him. Call a timeout, make sure they're in the right personnel, right situation. Crucial down here as they're in their own territory. I do like to call the go for it on 4th and short. And you got 2 good runners with Bowe and Rashada.
Let's check in with Nikki, who has more on outgoing head coach Victor Galley.
Yeah, I spoke with Coach Galley minutes before kickoff, just asking him about the emotions he was feeling. And he told me, listen, it's surreal, exhilarating, exciting, and sad all at once. Obviously, he was locked in on the game, but he told me that after tonight, he will be looking forward to spending time with his parents, but he will also still have his paw prints all over this Pirates football program. He even drew a comp to himself, calling himself the future Vito Corleone.
Yeah, he was talking about being the consigliere. However, I thought that was Tom Hagen's job. But then again, he's so young, right? So maybe he didn't see Godfather and Godfather 2 really to digest it. And nobody's seen 3, by the way.
You don't like this guy. He's a good fella.
I like that. All right, out of the timeout, it's a 4th and 1. And they're going to punt. A quick little punt there by Rashada. There was nobody back for Liberty. It's going to take a Pirates bounce and a good one, and then roll dead at the 25-yard line. So 2 drives, a pick 6 for Pittsburgh, and they punt the football away, and so they've possessed it for almost 4 minutes and a whole lot of nothing as they give it right back to Liberty.
You see a shot of Cole O'Brien. Good to see him suited back up. We saw him last week versus Yorba Linda on the sideline in a hoodie, and you could just tell that he wanted to play. And as a quarterback who's been injured, not available to play, I felt the emotion that I saw in his eyes. So to see him as one of the leaders, he's had a very good season to be back in the lineup. You see some of his numbers, 64%, over 1,000 yards, 15 passing touchdowns, and 4 on the ground as well. Again, more of the dual threat compared to Nixon.
Just came out of concussion protocol on Tuesday. They're running it to begin the proceedings. And who else? Jalen Hankins, who ran for 237 yards last week against Yorba Linda on 24 carries. And we have Hankins down hobbled. Oh my goodness. That's not good. You take a shot.
He'll be all right. Yeah, he just took a shot in a sensitive area. He'll be all right.
I was going to say, who was the former general manager of the Lakers? Mitch
Kupchak?
Got you to say it.
Football players wear a cup. You don't have to be a baseball player. Even though it's football, baseball, I always wear my cup in football because you just never know.
Now here's the deal, though. The changeup back ain't too shabby himself.
Yeah.
Makai Duluth, we saw him last week.
Yeah.
While Hankins was running for 237. What did Duluth do? He ran for 102 yards against Yorba Linda and did it on only 7 carries and scored a touchdown. So number 28, the junior, comes in to spell Hankins while he gets the wind back into the system. Second down, O'Brien puts it up, and it's going to fall harmlessly incomplete. On that far sideline, looking for Krayshawn Kizzy.
Put Kizzy in motion from left to right. They take a shot one-on-one. Good coverage on the back end as we see the big fellas up front. Grant Bucky going to UCLA, goes both ways. Juarez, Shelton, Estrada, and Bagelman at the right tackle position.
Juarez, they have to cap him at a 500-pound squat.
Yeah.
Or Brian Nixon said, I'm not letting a high school kid go more than 500
Smart.
pounds. Here's Duluth running outside the numbers. He's got the edge, and he's also got the first down. Jaden Hudson out of his strong safety position with the tackle.
A great 1-2 punch with Hankins and Duluth. You mentioned it, Steve. Two very dynamic backs, both lighting it up last week against a very good Yorba Linda defense. As you see Hankins back in the game, team captain, leader in all things. Coach Nixon just raves about Jalen Hankins, makes everyone around him better.
On first down and pulled down. That's Juju Walls who pulls down the ball carrier, and that's Hankins back in.
See the D-line up front for the Pirates. Walls, Ruffin, Matthew, and Okaka leads the team in tackles. Does number 9. The second level, Pritchard, Enia, and Matakaingo. Taylor, Card, Hudson, and Boyd round out the secondary.
Thank you for saying a lot of those names first time through. I appreciate that. O'Brien looks right. He's going to take what they give him. And it's Xander Chisholm. And Chisholm to the 50-yard line. They'll mark him inside Pittsburg territory at the 49, but he's got another Liberty first down.
Get your playmakers the ball in space. Love the call by Coach Dixon, head coach and offensive coordinator. Be clear on the outside with a streak in the slot. Little bubble outside. Get him in space, moving the chains.
Pick up a 13 and a first down. They're in Pirates territory on offense for the first time. And here's Hankins trying to find a hole. And he runs into Etienne Pritchard Jr., his 94th tackle of the season. Well, that was the question all week for Liberty. Who's going to start at quarterback in this game? The incumbent Cole O'Brien, who had to sit with a concussion last week, or the backup Jace Nixon, who was fantastic. He led the team to victory and relief in last week's regional, and both Nixon and O'Brien are basketball teammates. A lot of these guys are on the basketball team,
yeah.
So I didn't look at the Liberty Patriots basketball record right now early in the season, but I'm sure it's not great.
They're missing it.
After the loss of a yard, and O'Brien lives for another down as he just spikes it. Trying to set up the screen, and nothing was there.
Yeah, the pump fake, the bubble out to the right, trying to hit, as you mentioned, that middle screen. He's looking for his running back.
Intentional grounding as an eligible receiver was in the area.
Now there's an injured player, Gio Ania, the senior. 79 tackles, 13 for a loss for Pittsburgh. He's down.
Yeah, and Coach Nixon talking right now. I believe it's Hankins saying, "Where were you?" As you could tell that his quarterback O'Brien was looking for him too. The linemen were there in the middle, just couldn't find his running back. I think Hankins might have thought it was a screen to the left and not a middle screen. We'll take another look. Pump fake, little bubble out to the right, and linemen are there. Oh, he's covered.
Yeah,
he was there. He was covered up by
Bradley Ruffin, had his arms around him.
Yeah, so good decision by O'Brien not to force it inside coverage and risk a turnover.
So it brings up third down and 11. For O'Brien, just out of concussion protocol, missing last week's regional bowl game with that concussion he suffered in the third quarter of the Central Section Division I championship game.
Three-man front, bringing pressure now off the right.
Yeah. Four-man rush from the backside, flipped, and it's caught by Kizzy. But Kizzy's going to be stopped well short of the first down. It's going to bring up about a 4th and 6. It's Fala Matakayango with the stop. And out comes Metters to punt it away.
Good pressure from the Pirates defense. O'Brien just checks it down in the flat to Kizzy, and then really been impressed with the way this second level of Pittsburgh has run sideline to sideline and not allowed Hankins or Kizzy to get to the edge.
Zach Carr dropping back to his 10-yard line, awaiting the Metters punt. Again, Metters a preferred walk-on to kick at Oregon He's actually going to graduate here shortly and go play some spring ball. And that's a great punt. It's going to pin him inside the 10-yard line. Pittsburgh will have a long field in front of them.
Late flag.
When Jaden Rashada comes out here in a moment. But there is, as my partner mentioned, that late flag on the far sideline outside the numbers. Mike Andrews.
Grab a dead ball. Personal foul on the kicking team. First down.
All right, so when we come back, some added yardage here. Not as much real estate to navigate for Pittsburgh. Pirates in trouble in the early going as Rashada throws his 12th interception of the season. The result of pick 6. Liberty's got the early lead. That shot makes it look like we're in Missoula, Montana, getting ready to do the Grizzlies.
Great shot.
And there, I know we're only, one exit south of here is San Juan Capistrano. That's not the Swallows, I don't think. I think that's the Black Crows coming in. Watching a great game so far. 7-0 Liberty on a pick 6 on the opening drive for Pittsburgh. Pirates have it. 4-star Florida-bound quarterback Jaden Rashada to operate his third drive. Yep, throwing right in between the hash marks, and he's got the Washington commit Rasheed Williams for the second time in this game. Also got a first down.
Right down the middle of the field, you see Williams go to the vacated area, and you see the arm strength from Rashada putting right on the one of Williams.
Pickup of 21 yards. And Williams has 2 catches for 43 yards, and on the run, Bo gets his legs grabbed and he's down. It's Drew Underwood who stops him for a gain of a yard.
Really nice job by Underwood shooting the gap and getting that open field tackle on Bo. If he misses him, Bo gets out in space. He might have been gone.
2nd and long from the 44. Rashada throws quickly and connects again with Williams. He's got another first down. His 3rd catch of this opening quarter. They get him out of bounds in Liberty territory at the 45.
Really nice job by Williams. He lost his footing. You see him right here. Number 1 kind of slipped getting out of the break. He's able to regather. And then the timing from Rashada puts it right where you want on that quick out route. Another first down for the Pirates.
Rasheed Williams is the first 4-year varsity starter in Pittsburgh school history, if you can believe that.
Wow.
With all the talent in the back bay that they have there.
Yeah.
That is saying something. Inside of 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Pirates on the march. Got the benefit of a 15-yard penalty here. And here's a run by the sophomore Bowe. Strong run of 8 yards. Now they're starting to move it here on a Liberty defense that didn't give up much last week against Yorba Linda, and nothing in the second half.
Yeah, this Pirate offensive line really getting a push up front. You can see 3 guys just come out for the Patriots defense, trying to switch out personnel up front.
They look to the sideline here. Pittsburgh 12-2. They defeated Manteca last Saturday in the NorCal Regional Bowl game. It was their second ever bowl game. Play action, throw left, one-on-one coverage, and incomplete. This time targeting Jaden Hudson for the first time. Xander Chisholm step for step in coverage.
Patriots were in a cover one, just one high safety, man on the outside in tight coverage. So Rashada and Pittsburgh trying to take advantage of it. Got to give him a chance. That ball landed a few yards out of bounds. Got to at least give him a chance for that 50-50 ball.
I think you go a tad bit more conservative here. You need the first down on 3rd and 2. Probably 4-down territory, I would assume.
Yeah.
And here's Bowe, and Bowe makes the first man miss and runs downhill to the 31 for a first down. Beckham Nilsson with a stop.
Tyler Lewis had a shot at him, I believe, here. Shoot to the A-gap. Just missed him on the tackle. That might have been Jackson Provenzal, actually. 45, not 42.
Hand off Bowe again, running between the tackles, and he's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. It's hard to run on these big boys here.
Especially Grant Bucky. You see him, big number 72, the UCLA commit, two-way starter. Coach Nixon just raves about his character. He's not only big and strong, the anchor of this defensive line, and has really stepped up at that left tackle position as well when they've needed him. So the Bruins getting a great one.
Week and a half ago, he was actually a USC commit, just flipped prior to the regional game against Yorba Linda.
After he saw you in the Rose Bowl for the D1 championship, he said, I want to play there.
2nd and 10, they're going to take a shot for the end zone, and reaching out to grab it is Zach Card. And where are they going to mark him down? Right inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. The officials will talk about it. Card says it was a catch. No indication yet from the officials, and now they say catch. First down will be down at the 3 officially.
That's how you drop it in. The quarterback, Jaden Rashada, to Zach Card right over the outside shoulder. Couldn't put this in a better place. See if Card gets a foot down. I mean, look at that tight coverage. Ooh, that was close. That was close. I'm not sure he got one down inbounds. Yeah, they get a break that time, did Pittsburgh.
All right, on the end around, they're running it. It's Card for the end zone. He puts his head down, and he's in to finish what he started.
And the Liberty crowd seeing the replay on this big jumbotron here at Saddleback College, and they saw what we saw. It's tough. It's such a bang-bang play. There's no instant replay in high school football, but a tough break for Liberty on that one, and pays off for Pittsburgh with the score.
That's what you saw. Brian Nixon was pointing toward that big monitor that on the replay clearly showed the Card did not, the speedster, and he's a fast guy, his Card, 6th in the state in 100 meters in May back at the state track meet.
Now just a little fly sweep left to right with Card, getting him out in space. We talked about his speed. Also some power now, getting the best of Krayshawn Kizzy on that one.
Card will play for the Oregon State Beavers next year, so he didn't really have to change any of his wardrobe other than maybe get another helmet that reflects the Beavers instead of the Pirates.
Only tough thing when you do that, when you lower your shoulder, get your bell rung a little bit.
All right, let's go back. This is what they saw.
Catches it now, and then the right foot comes out of bounds on the white.
The officials discussed it. They talked about it. Let's see. And boom. Out of bounds again. Now, that replay, they're not playing inside of the stadium right now. They've gone to a Gatorade ad here, but there's a big, giant screen here. Once we clear this, then they'll put that game back up.
Yeah, tough call. You have someone as fast as Zach Card. And again, bang, bang play right in front of you. And they talked about it. They thought he got maybe that left foot down, but did not have possession of the ball yet. When he had it, then the right foot came down out of bounds.
Card with a rushing touchdown. And here's an extra point attempt. Octavio Lopez. And that thing is no good.
Special teams.
So Liberty retains its 1-point advantage with 2:21 to go here in the opening quarter. Let's see, did
Great job by
Albertalli get a piece of it?
PAT
Oh, yeah.
block team coming in. He did. Coming right through, got off his block. Albertalli, got to get a hat on that guy. Can't let him through that easy.
Actually, almost ran past it and got it on his shoulder.
A tough break for Liberty. In my experience in football, not one play that's going to determine the outcome of this game. Not the pick six for Pittsburgh that Rashada gave up, that Liberty got, or that tough call on that break on them getting that completion inside the 10 and then punching it in.
Let's check in with Nikki while we have a moment. Nikki?
Yes, I spoke with Jaden Rashada about his flip from the University of Miami to the University of Florida, an announcement which he made in a pretty epic social media video, getting out of a blue Lamborghini in the swamp, right? All flash and flare these days. But he told me that he made that decision for the people and the culture at Florida. I asked him what he would tell to his younger self, as he is now a senior playing in a state championship game and getting ready to go to an SEC program, and he told me I would tell younger Jaden to just keep going. The sky is the limit.
Here's Kizzy on a terrific return. They can't get him out of bounds. They can't get him down. He's got one guy to beat, and he beats him for the touchdown. Wow. Well, there's your player of the game, huh?
So far, you get the pick six. You know his pride was hurt a little bit in that last play when Zach Card got in on the jet sweep. But he says, hey, I've got some fireworks as well. Takes us inside the 5. Great job by the kickoff returns and getting their blocks. And then Kizzy, I thought he was going to keep going, had a little stutter, but you see him restarting that motor. And like you said, partner, not able to get him out of bounds. Nearly 100 yards almost for Frazion Kizzy to the house.
96 yards on the kick return. Metters. And they've got back a one-score lead. 14-6 Liberty, and quite the entertaining first quarter of play. And there's still 2:04 to go. Liberty faithful representing, making the trip from Bakersfield. They got the confetti out all over the stands here on the home side. They're loving it. Trying to look here in my notes to see Kizzy's body of work on kick returns. And it doesn't list whether or not, I'll have to look one more time, whether he scored on a kick return. I think that was his first of the year. Well, again, he is their playmaker. All three facets of the game, offense, defense, and here we see special teams. Little stutter, and then tight rope in that sideline. Impressive to stay in bounds and use that breakaway speed to take it to the crib. No way the officials were going to call him out on that one. Especially on the Liberty sideline. Exactly. So Kizzy with 2 touchdowns. It appears as if he scored 4 times on special teams, but on punt returns. So that would be his first kickoff return for a score. So what a weapon to have to do that 5 times in a season, and that's part of the reason why they come in at 12-2 as the Central Section Division I champs. They were the 3 seed when the playoffs started in the Central Section, where Liberty. Metters has got a big leg. It's coming out to the 20 for what will be Pittsburgh's 4th drive under the direction of Florida-bound Jaden Rashada, the 4-star, here in the opening quarter alone. That's a 70-yard kick by Metters that landed exactly in the back of the end zone. Man, kid's got a leg. Chasing 8 right now. Put together a really good drive here moments ago. Got a little help on a controversial call. Too high safety look for Liberty, showing pressure up the middle. Handoff goes to Bo, and Bo with a strong run again, moving those feet. He's going to get stopped a yard shy of the first down. It looked like it was going to go for 3 yards, and boy, his stick-to-itness, and they wound up picking up 9. I thought they were going to blitz up the middle,
They faked it and stayed, and then they ran right at the middle with Bo. And you mentioned that strength, getting those yaks, yards after contact.
Going quickly here, Bo will run for the first down. Meets Nilsson after he gains it and is out to the 33-yard line. Pittsburgh, one of those rare teams, they actually have lost in the playoffs. And follow me here. They were beaten by De La Salle, who lost last night to Lincoln in the North Coast Section Open Division game, but then that team gets sent down to Division I to finish up.
Yeah.
They get to go to the title game where they beat Clayton Valley and stayed in the playoffs. Nothing there. Daniel Estrada making the stop. Here you go for Pittsburgh. And so you don't see that, a team that's already lost in the playoffs thinking your season's over. It's kind of not a bad way to do it, to be quite honest with you. And you could make an argument for it happening down here in the southern section when you have, two of the best teams, the two best teams in the nation, right? Mater Dei and St. John Bosco. You think, okay, the other, poor 6, and this year was the other 8 teams that were in there. Maybe afterwards let them get reseeded in Division 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Heard some of those whispers.
What a game that was last night with De La Salle and Lincoln.
Yep. San Diego section's 3-0 this weekend. Long throw and incomplete. Leading Rashid Williams, who he's already connected with 3 times here in the first quarter. Caleb Ricewig with the coverage.
Really nice coverage by Ricewig, running with Williams. Saw one-on-one. Rashada tried to give him a chance, just overshot him.
Bring up a 3rd and long here.
See that arm strength, that ball nearly 50 yards in the air from Jaden Rashada.
That was an amazing game, Lincoln and De La Salle last night. Lincoln winning their first ever championship. De La Salle's now 7-8. Who would have ever thought that? They've been to 15 games. They're 7-8 state bowl championship games now. Haven't won one since 15. And then the game prior, Granite Hills beat San Ramon Valley. Granite Hills out of the San Diego section. You had Mater Dei Catholic going back-to-back on this field. Rashada comfortable in the pocket. It's Williams again. They have been a great 1-2 punch here, especially on 3rd down. That's another first down for the Pirates.
Good recognition from Rashada. Liberty defense dropped in the zone. First they were up pre-snap, then they dropped off. He's able to hit that out route from the slot to Williams.
He already has 4 catches, does Williams here, for 67 yards in the first quarter alone, and that was the final play of a very entertaining first quarter of play. We had a pick 6. We had a controversial call. We had a 96-yard kick return for a score, and that's over the first 12 minutes. We still have 3 quarters to go, folks, in this Division 1A State Bowl championship game. Liberty with a 14-6 lead here in the Division 1A State Bowl game as we move to the second quarter of play. The Pirate, he's not too far away from Dana Point here. Jump on a ship and sail back all the way through the bay into the back bay where Pittsburg is. And look at the time of possession. Liberty has 14 points despite possessing it for only 3:15. They've got the pick six and the kick return for a touchdown.
That's what happens when you have Krayshawn Kizzee. He's efficient.
Rashada, play action on a 1st and 10. Gets very comfortable there, then has to take off, and he's down for a loss back at the 46-yard line. Max Juarez closed that hole in a hurry.
Well, it was great coverage on the back end by Liberty. That time they did have double coverage on Zach Card. He was looking for him on the corner route. Double coverage. He recognizes. You see him here. Take a look downfield. You see double coverage on Card there. And that's what we call a coverage sack. Good job on the back end. Allows the front to get to the feet of Rashada.
We should mention this. 7 members of the starting defense for the Liberty Patriots are playing in their second straight title game. They were here last year and lost to Malik Murphy and Gardena Sarah. Pressure, Rashada throws off his back foot. Almost a one-handed grab by Williams, but it almost got picked as well. Now, Trey Fulton, who's got 6 of them this season, almost had his 7th.
Well, I talked about one of my biggest keys was this Liberty defense getting pressure on Rashada, and that's exactly what they do again here. He has to throw off platforms, not able to set his feet. He's either getting after him, he gets rid of it, but nearly tipped and intercepted, and he's looking for Williams. So again, this front doing a great job not allowing him to get in rhythm, set his feet, and throw the ball comfortably. Great effort, though, by Williams to try to go up and get it.
Marcelo Pelland, an offensive lineman for Pittsburgh, one of their backup guys pressed into early duty here, is the shaken up Pittsburgh Pirate. They are attending to him prior to a 3rd down and 11. We talked about this momentarily, Liberty and Sarah a moment ago. Let's go back to last year when Liberty represented the North against Sarah of Gardena in the Division 1A championship game. They had an early 9-7 lead on the Christian Edwards 39-yard quarterback keeper. However, Sarah would score 14 unanswered, capped off with a Trey Harrison 10-yard pick six touchdown. There's that recurring theme. Sarah took home the state championship in a 21-16 heartbreaker for the Liberty Patriots. They knocked out Malik Murphy, Texas-bound, as you remember, and he was going to play spring. He was going to graduate early and then expected to compete for the starting job in the spring. They broke his ankle. Murphy still went down to Austin, but really couldn't do anything in the spring, so he was behind this year when he got to Texas as Pelland comes off.
Yeah, I remember how hard Murphy fought in that game, and then when he got hurt, how his teammates stepped up for him and finished that win for Gardena Sarah.
Liberty would have been trailing heading into the second quarter, 7-3 last year. A whole lot of punting for Liberty and some 3 and outs in the early going. They lost 21-16. It was a 5-point game, but it was all said and done. All right, ready to go here, 3rd and 11.
4 wide receiver set, tight into the boundary and spread out to the field.
Rashada, the pressure comes. He tries to step into it. He gets away from it momentarily and then is brought down at the 33. It's that Dylan Delgado fella again. He's having the game of his life. He looks like Teddy Bruschi.
Getting that defensive line, that front for the Patriots, getting penetration, getting to Rashada. He thought he was going to escape it here, but you'll see number 50, Dylan Delgado, get off his block again, wrap up number 5. He wasn't going to let him get away.
Punt time, Octavio Lopez. 31 yards per punt. 2 Liberty Patriots are back here on field to kick. And you know one of them is number 13, who's already found the end zone twice. They're keeping it away from him. This time it's Jalen Hankins, and he immediately gets dropped at the 36-yard line. It's Buddha Boyd Jr., who's a senior that makes the special teams tackle. They got down there in a hurry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Boyd got down there in a hurry. You got to block that guy. Seemed like as soon as Hankins caught it, Boyd was right there to make the tackle.
All right, 3rd drive for Liberty, and really they've only had it for 3:15 on offense. You see 8 plays, 30 yards. Cole O'Brien back for the first time in 2 weeks. after coming out of concussion protocol. They said they would go to Jace Nixon, the coach's son, if they need to, who played admirably, made the start in place of Cole O'Brien last week and led Liberty to a come-from-behind win over Yorba Linda just up the road. From the 36 out of the shotgun, O'Brien rolls out right. Going to throw on the run to the sideline, and catch made by Kizzy. Crenshaw Kizzy. It's away from Ania momentarily and has enough for a first down. There's a flag though in the backfield.
Nice ball from O'Brien on the run to Kizzy out on the sideline. Looks like this one might be coming back.
Mike Andrews, our white hat.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards, still first down.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Take a look at the pursuit on O'Brien coming from the left side. I think that's where we're going to see the hold, trying to protect their quarterback, but couldn't put that ball in a better spot from Cole O'Brien. And then Kizzy doing his thing after the catch.
Back him all the way up to the 22-yard line. The drive started at the 36. Well behind the sticks here. First and an eternity. When you're rolling out, you wind up losing 14 yards because the hold is from the spot of the foul. So you're looking at a first and 24. And they're going to run O'Brien. Boy, coming off the concussion, he's up to the 25-yard line. It'll be a third and long. He runs into Odera Okaka. 102nd tackle of the season. That leads the team, the senior.
Yeah, Okaka, a force in the middle. As you mentioned, leading the team in tackles. I think you got to protect O'Brien, though. You don't want this your quarterback going up the A-gap, taking hits.
Exactly.
After coming off that concussion.
Brian's got that step to him, as you alluded to. He can run the football. He's run for almost 400 yards, 3 scores on the season. Second down and 20.
Looking for a double move here from Liberty.
O'Brien well protected, 4-man rush, and just fires it up here looking for Chisholm, and he overthrows him. It was Zach Card with the coverage. It's going to bring up a third and 20.
Card not only dangerous on offense, but you see him covering the very fast Chisholm at slot. He's running that corner out, and Card was right on him. Good ball from O'Brien. That's an us or nobody ball. Either your guy catches it or you overshot him. Don't want to give Card a chance for that interception. Just missed him on the corner.
You got to get this offense going here. I don't know if you can rely on your special teams and your defense again to get you a couple more scores. For Brian Nixon in his 10th season, he acts as the offensive coordinator. He played quarterback at Montana State. Happy that the Bobcats are moving on in the FCS playoffs. Also coach Jordan Love. Here's Hankins, and Hankins to where the drive started, and a penalty marker comes out. We'll wait here, and it looks like it's going to be a hold against. The early indication is a hold against Liberty. So I guess Brian Nixon right now is just saying, get it all out of our system on this drive, guys.
Yeah, it looks like someone was holding Matakayongo, number 42, the backer. He pleaded his case. Late flag came in.
All that work to get it back to where the drive started, and they are going to take the result of the play here.
On the offense, penalties decline, 4th down.
Yeah, smart move. It'll be 4th down and 10.
Yeah.
Rather than maybe, in the high school game, right? Let them run another 3rd down and long play, and who knows, some guy gets into the open field. So on comes the punting unit, Metters, as they wind the clock here inside of 9 to go in this first half of play.
Pittsburgh maybe coming after this thing. A lot of guys on the line.
Oh. Buda Boyd is back. They almost got to it. We know Buda's quick. It's going to take a bounce and a good Liberty bounce. And look at this thing.
Wow.
Metters preferred walk-on at Oregon, and they're getting a good one in Eugene. Down to the 15-yard line. That's where the drive starts. How about Dylan Delgado? We said he looks a lot like Teddy Bruschi, who didn't wear that number but had the Patriot helmet.
Yeah, the junior with great technique on the spin move there, getting off the block. And this time beating his blocker to get to Rashada again. This time spins inside, comes back outside, is able to get another sack. 3 sacks so far for Delgado. Kid has a motor. He showed up to play in the state championship game.
Rashada from the 15. That was the Pirates' 5th drive of this first half. And it's a run to the 20. Dylan Delgado makes another stop and brings down Elijah Bowe. And then they run off some personnel, and they caught him on a quick substitution, but the officials are going to throw a flag and blow this play dead.
Prior to the snap, timeout, defense. First timeout this half.
Wow, so they get a little lucky there. Liberty.
Yeah.
Going to spend their first.
Well, that was huge by Coach Nixon and staff to get that timeout call, because Coach Galley, they had that scouted, that when Liberty switched out personnel, let's get right back on the ball and snap it and get a penalty with the illegal substitution. But Coach Nixon able to call that quick timeout, so a break there for Liberty.
There's Coach Galley. His career ends after tonight, after 21 seasons. He'd like to ride off into the sunset, if you will, with the school's first ever state championship. Well, the last time he was here, Pittsburg, when they were in a state championship game in 2017, it was against Narbonne up in Sacramento. They put up a 3-touchdown lead in the second quarter after Justin Boyd found Willie Hartz for this 40-yarder. However, Narbonne would score 28 unanswered points. Jalen Chapman, who went on to play at Rutgers, found Aaron McGee to put Narbonne up 22-21. They added another touchdown and handed Pittsburgh a heartbreaking 28-21 loss in that wind. Look at the wind whipping there and how cold it was. I remember that. It was bitterly, bitterly cold in Sacramento. Not like down here in Orange County with the wind chill tonight. We're probably at 58. It was in the 30s that day. And
we're spoiled
windy
here in SoCal, right, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, nobody could move the ball at all in that wind. Second down. Play action to Bowe. And they're taking a shot for Card. And Card with Kizzy in coverage. Can't come up with it. Third down.
2 great athletes just getting after it with Zach Card and Krayshawn Kizzy. Tight coverage there. Again, us or nobody, good spot. Great effort by Card to go up and try to get it. Kizzy locking him down.
7:54 to go. Clock stopped. Another third down here.
Jaden Rashada kind of reminds me of Jaden Daniels, who played at Cajon and then Arizona State, and now at LSU.
Trying to convert a 4th third down, and a spiral sails over the head of Jaden Hudson, the sophomore receiver. And so it's 4th down back at the 20.
Rasheed Williams frustrated on that one. He was open in the flat outside the numbers. The man covering him dropped into coverage on Card and left Williams open, but Rashada missed him on that one. See if they come back to that.
Again, we've seen Rashada with a quick punt. Usually Lopez has the punting duties here. He'll step back and then quickly punt that one away. Nobody was back. Going to take, for the moment, a good Pittsburgh bounce and then die right there at the 38-yard line. And Liberty's offense that, quite frankly, has stalled. All the points have been on either special teams or defense. Under the direction of Cole O'Brien here for at least the first 3 drives. Now they have it a 4th time, and number 11 coming back out. Again, he started to practice on Tuesday, where you could get back to contact coming out of the protocol. They expected him back on Wednesday, but had been doing a little bit of work. But when we saw him last week up the road at Yorba Linda, he was in street clothes.
Yeah, I think you try to get things dialed up in the running game right now with Hankins and Duluth. Take a little pressure off of O'Brien.
Duluth is in the backfield right now, and he has the handoff. Little stutter step of the line. Another stutter step and a good open field tackle there by Card. Prevents him from getting another 5 yards and a first down, but a good chunk play there on first. Liberty going hurry up now.
That Card not very big, but so fast and dynamic. An open field tackle.
Yep, they talk about spreading it out to run, and this is Duluth going left. Puts his foot down in the ground and then bounces forward to the 44-yard line, running into Pritchard, the sophomore. Let's check in with Nick. He's got more on the running back combo here of Duluth and Hankins.
Well, we're going to start with Duluth right now, who's coming off a 100-yard game last week. And I asked Coach what's distinctive about him, and he said, well, Makai loves ranch dressing. He will put it on just about anything, including spaghetti, fruit, you name it, and it is kind of his shtick for this team, guys.
Thank you. Duluth Hankins, it sounds like a hardware store in Whitefish, Montana.
Or a law firm.
Yes, third and short. Duluth, and he is able to get a second effort, motor his way for a first down up to the 49-yard line.
It's interesting about Duluth. That's usually linemen who have the affinity with ranch.
Yes.
Over my career, all our pregame meals, linemen would have, the water buckets full of ranch dressing. They just pour it all over everything. So it's usually the big fellas up front that love the ranch, but
can't go wrong with it. Although Chipotle now for me is making a strong run as my top condiment of choice. That big club on the hand of Tyler Algeman, the junior right tackle for Liberty. First and 10 at the Liberty 49-yard line. Play fake. O'Brien puts it up here for Chisholm, and Chisholm can't come up with the catch. Kai Taylor covering him. He's a senior cornerback.
One-on-one, Chisholm gets by Taylor. Just right through his hands. Nice ball from Cole O'Brien. That's one Chisholm would like to have back. Just could not pull it in.
Chisholm caught one ball last week against Yorba Linda for a 32-yard score. He's got 15 catches on the season, 380 yards and 5 touchdowns for the 6'3 senior. That's some good size in that battle there. The corner, Taylor's 6'2 and Chisholm's 6'3.
This drive, you got the first down with a couple runs. Got to win here on second down.
They were showing some pressure. They back off. It's a run and to the 50-yard line. Pritchard bringing down O'Brien with a keeper. 3rd and 9, partner.
Yeah, we know O'Brien can run, but right now I'm getting it in the hands of Hankins and Duluth. With what we've seen tonight, and especially on this drive, picking up that first down. You give it to 28 and 29 until they stop them.
Liberty punted on their first drive. Their second drive never got started because of the 96-yard kick return for a score. Punted on their last. And facing a 3rd and 10 here, rolling out O'Brien. Flings it for Chisholm, who's open. He's got it at the 25. Touchdown, Liberty. And I say Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Nice, Steve Quiss. Well, Cole O'Brien didn't miss him that time, and Zach Card brought pressure, came from the secondary into the box, almost got to the quarterback. But there you see the ability of O'Brien, and you see Zach Card on the right side, makes a man miss, almost gets to the quarterback. Pittsburgh's in a zone, so he throws it behind the corner in front of the safety, right in the hole, puts it right on the one of Chisholm, and Xander takes care of the rest. Really nice play by O'Brien, avoiding the pressure and then throwing a dime to Xander Chisholm.
The offense finally gets it going as Metters bombs the extra point through. O'Brien throws his 16th touchdown of the season. Chisholm hauls in his 6th TD grab. And Liberty's got a 21-6 advantage here with 5:06 to go before half. All right, special teams, defense, and the score now. Liberty adds an offensive touchdown to their growing scoring portfolio here in the first half to go along with the defensive and special teams scores. And let's dissect that 51-yard touchdown throw a moment ago, Chris Rich.
Well, Pittsburgh tries to bring some extra pressure with Card coming down in the box and then trying to shoot the gap. But O'Brien does a good job to get outside the pressure. Let's roll it. And a good job by Hankins protecting his quarterback right there on that chip block. And then O'Brien on the run right there. You're going to see the safety. You're going to see the corner. It's a whole shot right in the middle of that zone that Pittsburgh had and put it right on the hands of Xander Chisholm, and number one takes care of the rest. Very good execution by O'Brien, avoiding that pressure. Hankins helping out his quarterback, and then an accurate ball on time between two defenders.
Despite not having the football a lot, they have a 21-6 lead. Still 5:06 to go. Here's Metters. He's Mr. Automatic Touchback. This one might be returnable, though, by Micah King. He's going to get his second return of the game. Gets ahead of steam. Is able to get to the 25-yard line and no further. And the Florida-bound quarterback, Jaden Rashada, comes back out. 63% passer. By the end of the night, we expect him to put the finishing touches on a 3,000-yard passing season.
Yeah, Rashada just hasn't been able to get in rhythm, Steve, and biggest reason is a pressure that this Liberty front has brought against him, and combined with very good coverage on the back end.
So the return was out to the 27-yard line. Bo in the backfield. Rashada flipped commitments from Miami. He's got a bunch of NIL deals from what we're told. Play action, pressure comes. He ducks it momentarily, throws on the run high, and was looking for Zach Card.
Liberty just not allowing him to set his feet and throw in rhythm. He's having to do everything off platform, and he's a very good athlete. You can see he avoids pressure there, and you got three more guys right in his face, and another hurry and takedown.
Getting hunted backside there by the UCLA commit, Grant Bucky, who's 6'5", 275. That'll make you put an extra oomph in your step.
I think about getting Rashada out of the pocket and giving him a pass run option with the athlete he is.
Flag goes up. They had a four-man rush coming. It's going to be a false start against Pittsburgh. They're going to be behind the chains on this second down play.
False start offense. 5 yards. Still second down.
And it's all seniors across the offensive line. Jimmy Walls, Jeff Foss, Nathan Ortiz, Terrence Henderson, Patrick Madison. Those were the starters.
You see, Bo is on his right side. I'd use Bo to seal that edge and allow him to roll out right, get outside of the pocket, get away from some of this pressure that Liberty's bringing up front.
Second down and 15. Rashada throws right and connects with Williams for another first down. What a stellar first half the Washington-bound Rashid Williams is having.
Seam route, zone coverage, good timing. Lets Williams clear the linebacker, puts it right on time on the seam. And then Williams taking the big hit, holding on to the ball. Number one saying, give me the ball.
Every one of his catches has been for double figures as far as yardage is concerned.
Yeah.
And that's already his fifth catch here in the first half. Nothing under 11 yards yet. And that one's batted down. My goodness, is that Bucky?
72 with the pressure, just a three-man rush.
That sounded like it hurt.
Yeah, Grant Bucky getting a big paw on that one, a Bruin paw for the future UCLA Bruin. You're going to see him coming off the right side, just a three-man rush, gets right in the face of Rashada and gets that big left hand, swats it down.
That, my friends, is what we call a kill in volleyball. We saw one of those yesterday. Second down and 10 after Bucky bats it down. From their own 41, low snap and more movement again. Another false start, their second here on this important drive. Mike Andrews.
Dead ball. False start. 5 yards. Repeat second down.
You can't play behind the sticks. This time it looked like the movement was from another senior, Marcelo Pelland, who had to go out with an injury that comes back in. He was not listed as a starter on our depth chart, so he's in late for one of the aforementioned players that we read as this drive started. Second and 15 once again. And on a delay, here's Bo, and Bo makes a couple miss. Shoots up to the 45-yard line before Tyler Lewis brings him down. Third down and long. Much more manageable third down, despite where they were on a couple of false start calls.
Yeah, they go 4 wide. You mentioned a little delay inside to Bo. Good job blocking on the right side.
3rd and 6 officially. Yeah, they converted 3 third downs in the first quarter in Pittsburgh.
Here they come.
And Rashada let him come and then took off and then gets upended. And that is Grant Metters. That's the kicker who plays in the nickel back on 3rd down. And he drops him for a loss. It'll be 4th down.
Metters, the kicker, being physical, coming off that right side. Rashada beats the initial pressure, and then Metters chops him down. Good to see Rashada get back up after going down hard. I felt that one all the way up here.
No
Broadcast booth.
Yeah, no gain, and another quick punt there by Rashada. That one checks back up. They got to chase it down it at the 27-yard line. 3:01 to go before halftime.
Another win for that Patriots defense.
Liberty, as we mentioned, lost to Gardena Sarah here at Saddleback a year ago in a bowl game. At that time, they were the NorCal representative. These two teams played again, as we described, in the regionals last year. It was the first time they ever met, and Liberty got the best of Pittsburgh like they're getting them now. 35-7 was that final score up north. It's the second state bowl game appearance for both Liberty and Pittsburgh, and neither team has ever won a championship. That'll change here tonight.
Keep it on the middle of the field, too high safety shell for the Pirates.
On 1st down from their own 27-yard line, O'Brien gives it here to Duluth. We haven't seen Hankins in a while, and Duluth will run to the 34-yard line. Jaden Hudson the stop. For Hankins, took a shot to the groin earlier in the game. I haven't seen him back.
Great effort here by number 33, Joelis Walls, trying to get to Hankins.
Duluth remains in as the tailback and has a 1st down run, and we'll get to the 40-yard line. Move those chains as the clock will move when they reset the ball here. Duluth, as we mentioned, ran for 102 yards as the changeup back in the regionals against Yorba Linda, and they run some different personnel on.
Liberty not in a rush at all. They want to end this half with the football. Don't want to give it back to Rashada. Give them a chance to get anything else before going into the locker room.
Here's a 2-back set, so Hankins comes back in along with Duluth, and they're on each side of O'Brien. Different look, play action, and O'Brien takes a shot this time for Harrison, and Harrison's got the catch for a 1st down. Armaya Harrison's 20th grab of the season.
Well, you put 2 backs splitting O'Brien. You got to respect the run game. Have an extra guy in the box, and that opens things up one-on-one outside. Cole O'Brien dropping it in the bucket right over the shoulder of Harrison. Great chemistry. Could not have placed it any better.
29 yards and a 1st down. Here's Hankins with a carry. He gets a man to fly by and then gets clipped down inside the 10. Another 1st down. Mark him down at the 8-yard line.
Zach Card saving the touchdown that time, and 2 competitors having some words right now with Hankins and Card.
Hankins approaching 1,400 rushing yards on the season.
Second timeout this half.
Timeout for Liberty. Everyone gets to catch their breath here because they got a 1st and goal at the 8. 1:25 to go and 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, no rush, plenty of time. Got a fresh set of downs. Now inside the red zone. And Zach Card, wherever he's at on the field, offense, defense, special teams. Keep your eye on number 11 off the right side. Think Hankins going to score. He comes in and chops him down.
Great block by Duluth. Man, Card can do everything.
Yeah.
2-way starter headed to Oregon State.
Low shot at the ankle. Good to see Jalen Hankins get up after that one.
He's taken some low hits to the lower extremities here in this game. Excited to get back out on the field. And what is Jalen Hankins' final season? He's a senior. Somebody could use a player like this, huh?
Yep. Still waiting for Cal Poly to offer him. I'm sure Krayshawn Kizzy is trying to lobby for his teammates so they can continue to be teammates up at SLO. Kizzy already going to Cal Poly, but again, Jalen Hankins, we talked about it last week. You can keep a guy like that home. You see he's a playmaker wherever he's at.
Big Sky had a wonderful year making the playoffs. Almost every team made the playoffs. O'Brien going to take it himself and is met with some resistance at the 5. Pritchard Jr. gets there. Also Card in as well. O'Brien gets up. Second and goal from the 4 officially. Bucks has stopped momentarily with 1:16 to go. I'm not quite sure why. Should be running, shouldn't it?
Yeah, changing out personnel. Yeah, they didn't call a timeout.
The officials looking at it's like, come on, wind it, let's go. But Liberty benefits there.
Spread them out, 4 wide. Little dose of Jalen Hankins, if it's me, inside.
Second and goal from the 4. Hankins has 20 rushing touchdowns. Play fake to him, a throw and a catch. Touchdown. That's Chisholm with his second grab of this second quarter.
Pirates defense thought what I was thinking. You're going to give it to Hankins inside. Great little run fake. That brings the backers inside and opens up that slant behind him to Xander Chisholm.
What a quarter these two have had here, hooking up twice.
Take another look. That run fake just does enough to bring up the backers and the secondary with Pritchard. One-on-one, Chisholm wins.
Netters on for the extra point with 57 seconds to go before halftime. A rush from the edge, and Netters missed it. Well, he missed one wide left last week against Yorba Linda, and he just hooks it off left. So it's 27-6.
Little run fake inside. That brings everyone inside, including Pritchard. And that allows Chisholm to win right behind coverage, one-on-one on the slant. And a nice ball from Cole O'Brien. Nice high release, getting it over the hands of the D-line, putting it right in the hands of Chisholm.
This thing tracking a lot like that NorCal regional game that they played last year, almost a year ago to the day. And O'Brien has thrown touchdown passes 16 and 17 of the season in this quarter alone. And they made the right decision, right, to move from Jace Nixon, who played admirably and wonderful in the regionals, the coach's son, and O'Brien gets his job back coming out of concussion protocol. And while the offense didn't do much in the first quarter, they've been just dazzling here in the second quarter. And it's gone to plan, right? You got 2 offensive touchdowns, a touchdown on defense, and a special team score.
Yeah, and I have a lot of respect for Coach Nixon, because it's easy to say, hey, you know, Jace got the win for us last year. Let's stick with the hot hand.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's his son, but I'm from the thought that you don't lose your job due to injury. And Cole O'Brien has been the quarterback most of the season, helped them get to that regional bowl game, and so far playing a very good game. And Jace Nixon capable as well.
Metters just booms this one for a touchback. Yeah, let's go back to Nixon last week. He was 11 of 18, 182 yards. He threw 2 touchdowns. Sure, he had a pick that led to a Yorba Linda score, but he also ran for a touchdown.
Yeah, and a young quarterback who had some reps but didn't have a ton of experience and played very well against a very good Yorba Linda defense.
57 seconds left. 7th drive of this first half for Pittsburgh. You like to think when you got a 4-star quarterback headed to Florida that at times was dubbed a 5-star quarterback as well, and number 5 right here, that 6 previous drives you've had more than just 6 points.
Yeah.
Rashada sets up the screen, and it got knocked down. Big mitts right there. And we've mentioned this guy's name, Raymond Winters. Remember, he was coming on that blitz earlier up the middle, untouched. Put some pressure on Rashada, and right there as they set up the screen, knocks it down.
And Winters snuffed out the tunnel screen, untouched, and 82 reaches up, gets upon it, and breaks it up.
I didn't ask this, but I'd have to think number 82 is one of those basketball guys, right? He looks like it just with that frame and those big shot blocking paws. And they get to Rashada again. Oh my goodness. Guess who? Call out the 5-0. Delgado's got another sack in this first half.
It looked like he came untouched. Like no one got ahead on him. Take a look at 50. Yeah, you can't just chip him. You got to get more of a block on Delgado. Fights through the block and then gets to Rashada again. Another sack for Dylan Delgado.
How about this team effort on defense? You got Delgado getting to Rashada. You got the pick 6 by Kizzy. Kizzy's also got the return. You got Chisholm 2 touchdown catches. O'Brien 2 TD throws. On the delay, here's Bo, and Bo runs up toward the 30-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down, and the clock is continuing to roll, and that's going to be it for the first half of play. Now we've got a whistle, and that's going to be it for the first half. Yeah, thought maybe Pittsburgh would try and duck in a timeout, but no at this point. And so for Liberty, you get a score on defense to start things. You get the kick return. That was the first quarter. And then your offense wakes up in the second quarter with 2 touchdown throws. Yeah. And you lead it by 19 here at the break. Let's check in with Nikki Kay. Nikki?
All right, Coach, your offense came alive in the second quarter, and you have scored in all 3 phases of the game. How do you keep it rolling in the second half?
Oh, we just got to talk about that. That's what we talked about. We had this big-time game, so you got to be really good in all 3 phases to start off with an interception and then get a kick return, and we only had like 7 offensive plays in the first quarter. So really proud of the guys the way they came out. We've got 24 more minutes.
And defensively, you hold them to 6. What will be the keys to keeping Rashada out of his element in the second?
I think trying to continue to get him pressure, pressure and confuse him on the back end. So if we can continue to get him off a platform and not let him just sit there, I think we got a good shot.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
And wouldn't you know it, thanks Nikki and Brian, but also Liberty, who won the toss and deferred, is going to get the football first and try and continue the mojo in the third quarter of play. We're at halftime of this Division 1A state bowl game. Neither team's won a state championship. Liberty on their way. They lead it 27-6 at the break.